A reading from the book of God's Revelation. A new humanity created by God's light, a successor to former races generated out of darkness, would establish a new world order of truth and justice, ruled by God's divine image and word, which would result in the transformation of matter into incorruptible spirit, in a restored creation in which evil and darkness will vanish forever. Before the final restoration, the world is to be purified by the bright rays of the sun. The races will be cleansed by fire of the Holy Spirit for healing and blessing of the soul. And God will speak to them out of the light, and they will see his image. And that races that endures will bathe in God's light and live on divine presence, as did the creation before the generation of darkness, the sun and stars and the world of matter, and all will share in a new act of creation. And the voice spoke to the man's soul, saying, "The image and the word from heaven established on earth a new religion free from any human control lest it be corrupted. This religion shall not be subject to any written law, nor to any priest, minister, prophet, or counselor, nor to any court or civil law, secular authority, or ecclesiastical jurisdiction, nor to any existing written canon law or scriptural text, nor any lay person, academic, or scholar of learned institution. God wills that this religion be subject only to the words spoken out of the Creator's light in the image of the Son of Righteousness. This religion is to constitute of the ordained bound together under oath to theocratic communities' own laws written in heaven and revealed by God. And let all the ordained new covenanters go forth as messengers of God, spreading teachings over the face of the earth. And let the ordained read the books to the people at those places consecrated to God. And all who hear gather together with the land and people shall be blessed by God. Should any nation forbid the reading of God's messengers, or its exercising its authority suppress the freedom of the people to hear the messengers, let the nations come under the strong and just rays of God's Son of judgment, which is intolerant of all secular and ecclesiastical authorities who would violate the spiritual rights of human decreed from heaven. The appearance of the image and the word incarnate in the Son summons all nations and governments to recognize the immutability of God as sovereign over the creation and acknowledge his sacred right to enter into human affairs and regulate those natural laws that govern all life. Divine laws omnipresent, omniscient, absolute, and unalterable in the first cause of effect over the human mind and spirit. The supreme judicator of all life administers justice seats of the Son and issues an edict to the ordained of the Church of the Second Advent to inform every human being of that holy writ revealed by God, so that all nations and peoples may live in accord with supernatural law in the final struggle between the powers of light and darkness. The nations and governments of the world are under a sacred mandate to receive the ordained who minister unto the people, blessing the land and mellowing the rays of the sun, for the peoples of the earth are too sick and unclean to be healed by God's Son of Righteousness, if it were not lived the way revealed.
And for 70 days from the giving of the revelation to the 7 churches on the 18th day of April at Easter, At its rising, the sun had shone brightly with the mixed colors of the rainbow. At night, 70 stars appeared with celestial rays to support the day star and to bless the inhabitants of the earth. And on the 70th day, the man read from the book of the Revelation to 104 communicants of the way, gathered on the heights of the sanctuary. And this was a heavenly sign of God's blessing over the earth. And on the 7th day, following the reading of the Revelations, on the 206th anniversary of America's independence, revelations on the fate and destiny of America and on the cycles and times of the nations were revealed to the man. And for 2 days after this, the moon glowed a rusty red, then black as it was eclipsed. And the man saw 3 rings enclosing a field of smoky gray with a black center that encircled the moon. The outer a blood red, the middle a dark blue, and the inner white. The man recalled a similar appearance he had witnessed in Peru 14 years before. At the time he had seen 3 rings around the sun, when the risen child Jamil had revealed to him the first prophecy to the Americas and the fate of the people of the world. These visions of the sun and the moon with the rings had meaning to the man, for he remembered the words of Isaiah. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low. For the nation and the kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish. Yea, those nations shall be utterly wasted. And on the 1st day of August, it being the 8th Sunday following the giving of the revelation at Pentecost, on the 6th day of June, the new light of God appeared over the face of the sun, confirming the active principles of divine law. And the whole congregation gathered at sunrise saw and felt the gift of the Spirit manifest out of the sun.